And just like that.
Boom.
What's good, fellas?
Telling my G, man, what's going on, fam?
I think I might be an iOS 18 beta customer or something because they keep suggesting I download this iOS 18.
And you always have like some extra exclusive stuff that can't be verified unless we take your
right
phone.
Here. It's
See?
right here. It's on the screen. I looked down and it was on the screen. I was like, why does this keep showing up? I can't jump up because I use my phone for work, so I can't give weird. What do you call that? Hey, what's going on? It's me.
How much of the AI are you using? Like, as far as like the meta
None.
and all of that.
I literally the closest
They
thing
put
to
that shit
direct AI.
They put that shit with highlighter over it. When you Google something now, they put a highlighter over it like it's confirmed.
Facts.
Oh man, what's good, people?
What's good?
Hey, this is probably the best I ever felt going into an episode. Like, I really like what's going on.
To the bridge.
Hey, shout out to the people that watched the last episode. It probably would have reached a lot more people if it wasn't for my dumb ass. My bad to y'all. But yeah, everybody, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, give yourselves a hand.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up.
To me now.
It's all about the people that are holding those devices and watching us right now.
That's it.
It's all about those
you.
people. It's all about you. Shout out to you.
Shout out to future me.
Thank you for watching us. Hey,
What's going on?
I know. Remember we were talking about that shit. I know how to talk to the future me. It took a lot to learn how to talk.
What's going on, 87-year-old
I know
Tony?
how to talk to like the 75-year-old me.
No,
Don't know how to
I'm
talk.
talking to 87-year-old Tony right now.
Let him get his shit off right now.
87-year-old Tony. What's going on, boss?
But yeah, we are here, y'all. This is episode 109.
109.
Stats and Facts.
Stats and facts.
I'm your host, Drosky Woski, the bald and bearded one.
Yo, what's good? Just your boy E.
It's me. It's me.
Hey, E, as I added some shit to the list of places you might see, E, you might see this dude still asking paper or plastic at the grocery store. Like, he's offended by the fact that there aren't any bags there no more. He's that dude. He's that dude. See, I knew it. See, he's that guy in the grocery store that's just like, yo, what's the deal? Like, why y'all don't really have? Why y'all don't got no bags?
Yo, I need the brown bag for my heavy shit, man.
How did I know that? I just took a serious shot in the dark.
Yo, man, like
and let it on
put
go.
the damn milk in the plastic bag to rip through.
You can.
If you miss the brown bag, you got to use the pickup service because they put your meat, your cold food stuff, it be all in the brown bags.
Yeah.
Nice ones too.
Yeah, because it's a hefty, man. It's hefty. It's supposed
And
to
the
hold
plastic
shit
bags
together.
they give you are the old school thick ones too. When you go for pickup, for like Smith's, shout out. So I'm just letting y'all know if y'all miss the old bags, go hit that pickup.
So I guess shout out to Smith. Smith's is paying us because Tony just maybe he's manifesting.
I'm sure this is the way most grocery stores are because you know it's a thing to stop the use of
You
plastic.
skipped over the sponsorship.
No, we love you, Smith.
We can like halfway say their name and
Hey,
then like
Kroger.
they'll see. You said another
But
one.
nah, chill.
We're
Yo,
giving them-
when you doing the
yeah,
sponsors, you gotta let the sponsor ride, man.
Yeah, you gotta. They need to be hitting us up. You know what I'm saying? So we call them. Until then, we like mispronounce their name. We say something like Mitts. You know what I'm saying?
Middies.
Yeah, be like, yeah, you know the grocery store with the red sign. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a subliminal for them to get at us. But what's good with the people? We are here for episode 109.
109.
Stats and facts. I had a gang of topics written down. Now I don't know exactly how we're gonna be able to see. Can you see them from there?
Sure can.
You can't.
Hell no.
Yeah, I can't see them.
From this angle, it looks like a zebra print.
Well, you know what? I will post them up. I'm gonna post them up right here. But y'all talk to the people for like a few seconds. Tell them how y'all weekend
Hey,
was.
man, go ahead and finish your sponsorship, Tony, man.
Oh yeah, finish getting us a
Here's the
sponsor.
thing. I don't think it's tied to our local store. I just think that it's tied to the fact that we're trying as a society to use less plastics. So they've become to the point that when you're bagging your own stuff, if they give plastic bags, they are the thinnest, reminiscent idea of a plastic bag. You got to put your box of cereal, which got them sharp corners,
You got
in like
triple
10 of them bags.
You got
at least
triple bag.
They got good bags in
But
in
if
California.
you order food
And
and
you
you
gotta
pick
pay
it
for
up,
them.
they don't give you those same bags. They give you nicer bags when you pick up.
No.
So I think that's just the way it is around. Like and they give you brown bags. Like
Yeah, man. You
That may be a
paying for
tip
that
for everybody.
pickup, though, man.
Yeah, when we was in
if you
California.
got over $40 or $35, it's free.
Oh,
And it's like, who? You got 2 pieces of bread in your order? Oh, you're at $40 now, sir.
facts.
Yeah, we
I
was in,
ain't been to the
we
store
was in
as
Cali.
a single
They
man.
had some good bags.
Ain't got underneath
Oh, yeah.
no $50.
Cali got good bags. Them shits is like $5 a pop, though.
I had to pay for the bags.
Hell yeah, you this motherfucker over
Oh
there
yeah, if
stealing
they had
the
the
bags.
real nice
Oh,
ones,
shit.
That's why, yo.
a lot of them would be like 5 cents.
I think I had like about 12. I was double bagging bread, nigga.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Man.
Usually
You
it's like
gotta pay
5
for
or
them
10
shits,
cents,
bro.
Yeah, I definitely was doing that though. But good to see you guys. It's doing good. We got, like I said, we got a gang of topics. This is really
I can see.
this episode. Like I'm just gonna say it straight up. The episode is probably gonna be a little bit more dominated by the Olympics that's going on because there's a lot of little storylines here. There's a lot of storylines. There's a lot
The dirty
of
water. Mm-hmm. The dirty water.
They said they spent a bill.
Mm-hmm.
Just
No,
a-
1.5. Mm-hmm. And the day before, it was too much bacteria to do it. But then the day of, they said, go ahead and get in that water. And this one girl said, she said, I was swallowing mouthfuls of water because of the...
Who Bartholomew first? Don't you Bartholomew right here?
This woman said, I was swallowing mouthfuls of water for her whole...
Yeah, nah.
And yesterday, it tested that.
They've been trying to get that water together for so long.
So they out
So
there,
long.
they out there swimming in what? Like what you gonna compare it to?
It's contaminated
It's
water.
all-
Yeah, it's damn near sewer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Well, it was like at a horrible sewer level, and they were literally spent $1.5 billion.
They had a bed bug pandemic
Yeah.
right before the Olympics. Right before.
But those type of pandemics are common too
I know
places like
somebody
Paris.
who went there too.
because there are a lot of tourists. And places like Vegas, they keep it secret, but some news stories always come out of like, oh, this hotel and this hotel has blah, 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 blah. So I've seen those stories here locally several times.
I think I just made a connection in somebody that I know that visited Paris and might have brought the pandemic back with them.
Biting.
That's heavy. No, we'll talk about that. Matter of fact, I won't even tell you because it's very
Kamala
it's very
Harris.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing, man.
What's your-
I've
what you
never
wanna say?
been to Paris, and now I'm like real skeptical. So the water nasty. They got bed bugs.
Well, it's not the no, it's the
this shit
specific
seem-
river. It's a specific river that runs right through the city, and it's that whole idea of we want the perfect backdrop for this. How Las
Yeah, but you
Vegas.
can't do that with dirty water.
Well, it's the same way how Vegas spent a whole year giving us horrible traffic for this one weekend race, and it was like, wait a minute, this is horrible.
That's
The-
horrible to
the-
you
the end
because
don't
you ain't
justify
getting
the
none of those dividends.
Well,
Them clowns make
the
a
river
shit
and
ton of
the
money.
traffic, I don't think, or how they was doing, I don't think those two are
Yeah.
synonymous.
I'm using the fact that they were extreme, like people wouldn't expect that to happen on a busy street like
Yeah, but
the
you
Strip.
can look at that water and say, this it's all bad. Like it looks bad. Like
But
it doesn't.
mankind is known to literally. That's what we do.
So
We
why
go
would you,
to
why would you
dirty
want to take a
water.
picture in front of the lake that you could see in the picture is brown? The water is
And
brown.
two, when everyone's visiting, you don't want the backdrop to be brown water. So you know you're going to be an Olympic city for like 10 years before you're there. So for the past 10 years, they've been working on this issue to fix that water source. And I'm just saying, just a few days. I mean, it's visually better. It's probably visually way better.
We did talk about that. How long do they have to prepare the city for the Olympics?
Years. Like, for instance,
Yeah, they
We
got.
know, we know about
They got-
the LA.
yeah, and that's why we're
know.
doing the whole Bright Line speed train from here to LA, and it's scheduled to be done by 28 because it's a part of the project for Vegas to make a lot of money for people to be able to go to the Olympics in an hour. Let's go to Vegas at night. Let's go to Vegas at night.
Or stay in Vegas.
Or stay in Vegas and just go to the Olympics in a day because it'll be just an hour and a half ride.
I just want to see what that price gonna be for that train, man.
Hey, let me go ahead and get the drop. Let me go ahead and do the drops, y'all.
The Drew Network. The
Mhm.
Drew
We
Network.
definitely
The
didn't
Drew Network.
get the drops going.
You a fat faison lie.
Yeah, what it do, man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what it do, man?
Shout out to Lil Leland.
Hey, shout out to Lil Leland. Lil Leland, holla at your boy. And
We miss
hey,
Leland.
we
We miss Leland.
when Leland was on the last episode that he was on, probably I say about 3 or 4 days before that. Let me make sure I got the buttons right. He became a father for the second time.
Oh,
So
Congratulations.
to him. Congratulations to his person he chose to bring people into the world with. And yeah, Lil Jonas.
wow.
Lil Jonas. So shout out to Lil Leland.
The dynasty continues.
Yep.
Nice.
Hey, his other son, Lil J. I don't know if y'all seen him on the episode. That kid is like no other, bro.
Yeah.
And I think Leland is not going. He's gonna get. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell Leland. Leland, don't keep on doing that. Hey, my son is cute while he terrorizing shit. Thing no more,
Oh,
Leland.
nah.
Okay, because Leland will smile. He say, look at him. And he up there. He got my Canon camera talking about.
Oh nah, chill.
He didn't grab the
When he
camera.
get older, they
I'm
gonna
putting
be
sauce
cool.
on it. I'm putting sauce on it. Leland also knows that was a little fun we was having, but yeah, his son is. Boy, Leland just sitting there. Look at my boy. I'm
Man,
saying,
he a
yeah.
proud father,
Nigga,
man.
they done named 4
Proud father.
tornadoes after him. They don't even name tornadoes. They had to name one after him. But yeah, man. So shout out to Leland, as Tony said, making that dynasty. You know what I'm saying? Keeping on. So did y'all have anything other than what y'all want to start right here? What we got on the top? No,
Man, let's get into it, man. Let's do this.
I don't really got the details on none of this information.
The Drew
I don't
Network.
either.
But I just want to, because we know they relationship has been kind of, it's just in the spotlight.
Yeah, they're the Bobby and Whitney of our era.
Are they? I hear a lot. I heard that put on a few more than a few couples.
Yeah, but I'm saying like I feel like, and by era I mean it could be like a bracket of 5 years. Like they're the current Bobby and Whitney type couple, and by the time 3 more years pass, it'll be a new
Bobby and
couple.
Whitney.
That's
Bobby and Whitney.
Bobby
had-
and Whitney.
That's a stretch. I ain't gonna
Bobby and
hold
Whitney
you.
had their.
I feel like they're just Bobby and Whitney are the archetype of the quintessential coupling that feels so toxic, and it's like boom, 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 boom.
But they wasn't
But
that toxic.
everyone who therefore has relationships like that are Bobby and Whitney.
Yeah, man. Like,
So that's what the sense I'm using.
I
the
don't
term.
think Cardi B and Offset was that toxic like Bobby and Whitney. To call them Bobby and Whitney is a stretch to me, man. Like,
Could you imagine Bobby and Whitney with social media, like with Whitney, like she had.
We
she
got
had
the B and Bobby Brown
That's what I'm
show.
saying. She got the
and
go-
that was the.
She had to go to
wanna
some
get some
real
footage.
She had to go to some real outlets to get
Yeah.
to get her story across, like sit down interviews. Imagine her with an iPhone.
yo, man, like, the thing is like,
Well, I mean, she had an iPhone.
Yeah,
She
You know what I'm
ain't
saying? Like,
ain't that have no concussion.
yo, all I'm saying is like you visually saw.
she might have had an early one.
You
No, was she passing like
Can we get a fact check? Somebody, anybody? When
2012?
did Whitney Houston die? 20.
yes, it's definitely iPhones right there, man.
Yeah.
Definitely iPhones in that time
She
period.
probably had an iPhone 4.
Yeah, something up in there.
She was in the age of smartphones.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Definitely in
You
the
got her in the age of the rotary. She had the answering machine.
Oh man.
All I'm saying is you visually saw both of them breaking down, man. Cardi B and Offset ain't, you know what I mean? They went their separate ways, but they don't look like they missing a beat, really.
Yeah. So they and
February 11, 2012.
See, so 2012. So yeah, it was definitely iPhones out there.
Definitely. Yeah. Y'all wild.
That's
man.
wild.
Y'all try to make it don't seem
That's
like
crazy.
y'all made it seem like they was like back in the like
I made it-
1990,
I just felt.
1990s. or
Yeah,
some
you
shit.
felt Whitney
I felt like-
Houston's
I felt-
voice.
I
and
felt like she
the
died-
80s, 90s, just like bam.
I felt like she died in like 1996 or something, like the day after Tupac or some shit like that. Like, I don't know, man. But yeah, shout out to their whole family. Thoughts and prayers, you know. And we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. See, he may be seem disgenuine. So, I guess we'll just glaze over that. No pause. It's okay to say glaze still, right? They say when you say glaze in. That was a crazy conversation. I you know what? Some of that got caught, and y'all might get a little bit out of this intro because the mics was hot, and y'all was having a conversation. I was like tapping in, and then I'll be like, then I'll say something to stir the pot a little bit, and then I'll walk away. You niggas will call me passive aggressive, and I'll say fuck both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, but. These Paris Olympics, so many sub stories, so many shits to make you say,
And a lot of like really good high moments of like, wow, record set and
I might go reverse here because where I want to start is the only one on all the list, everything on that list. It's the only thing on that list that got me fucked up, and I keep hitting these, not even literal walls. I keep hitting the wall, and it's just I can't get past it. Brittany Griner says that she is pops with her and her new baby.
Yeah.
Okay, but she still plays, and this is almost like a reverse of what we're gonna get to.
okay, I had to remember who that was. Yeah.
Boy, you come on, hold my hand, hold his hand. And it was, which is,
Yeah, I'm there. We good.
see, he didn't want to hold his hand. See,
No,
I asked
I'm
him to
there.
hold his hand.
I'm there. We
What
good.
you want me to hold hands for? What that was gonna do?
What?
You thought my memories was gonna get in his shit?
It's gonna connect. It's gonna connect. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. But basically, she and I'm saying the words with emphasis on purpose. She says that she is pops. Okay,
To the
she
baby.
She was in an interview and the lady congratulated her and she said,
seen
"Oh,
that.
congratulations on becoming a mom." She said, "No, I'm pops." Now,
Yeah.
now my thing is, if she is doing things to obtain, this is a perfect segue. If she's doing things to obtain masculinity, so to speak, should she still be playing with the girls?
That's the question we're answering right there. Got you. And I would say yes. I mean, here's the thing. What you just explained was someone being more clear to their child than our generation was to us, because in her rearing of her child, she has a partner who's apparently more effeminate than she is. Therefore, in a dual household where most of us are developed in a Pepsi and Coca-Cola type world, but it's all cola at the end of the day. But we're shown two sides. So in that sense, her presence to her child will be much like a person would perceive the presence of a father. And that has nothing to do with her in the world of sports. She just told someone about a piece of her personal life that she doesn't have to share, but she's just letting it known because I'm a public figure and you're gonna mention the correlation of my child.
We do know that she's taking strides to, remove her breast.
Mm-hmm.
She's seen now in pictures shooting around without her shirt on.
Yeah.
Um,
So then the question is, when she fully has transitioned in this sense, would then she qualify to play on the NBA, or would it be offensive for her to stay in the WNBA?
You don't even need the first question. The second question is the one. Should she should be out there with the fellas trying out? You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna sit here and say I know what type of anything that she's putting in her body or anything like that. But it would be a stretch to not think that she would be taking in testosterone, right?
More than likely, yeah.
Okay, so that would do we just equate that to steroids in a certain sense? For the sake of this conversation,
Yeah, for the sake of
let's
the
do
conversation.
that. So we'll just say that she's now taking steps to become a man and remain in the game with the women.
So the question is, still, when would she technically be morally obligated to switch into switch into trying out for the NBA as opposed to being allowed to be in the WNBA because of that level? So I think that the answer to this question is the world is finding the answer. I feel like we're going to go through times in which we judge too harshly in the sense of alienating someone from an experience they should have. And I think sometimes the door will be open too large and people will take advantage of side rules. And mom used to do this. Oh, just go in the room and act like you're me. So there would be times in which she would say, oh, you got to go and pay a bill. And it's like, oh, it's your name on it. She said, just go like this. Oh, yeah, Petria. So it was like, at what point is that line going to be found? I feel like we're living in the time in which we have to find that.
You super.
Let me. I just want to get my thoughts on this, man. I was letting y'all speak. So this is where I'm at with it. No matter what or how you try to change your appearance, I think Brittany Griner belongs in the WNBA, period, point blank. I don't care how much you try to change your appearance. That right there might be a conversation, or it might be something that the WNBA got to work with. But the whole thought of, oh, okay.
So juicing is cool in the WNBA.
Juicing, no. So now that's a whole nother thing. I was talking about appearance.
That was okay.
So
went off appearance.
Oh yeah, no. You can come looking. I mean, that's Dennis Rodman.
So hold on.
Go ahead.
So the thing is y'all had a bunch of different things. You started talking about her breast and how her appearance was. Then you started talking about how she started to take testosterone.
No, I said I'm assuming.
Assuming. So the thing is regardless. And then you went as far as to say, so are we going to consider the steroids?
For the sake of this conversation.
For the sake, yeah.
Okay.
So I was letting y'all flow.
Okay.
Now I'm catching up.
Okay.
So the thing is if you're looking at appearance, if you're looking straight off appearance, I'm gonna say you still belong in the WNBA. If you start adding in testosterone for the sake of the conversation, You can't go to neither one of them. And I'm gonna say, regardless of the fact, you are a beast in the WNBA because you have the attributes. Your mind might feel like, or your mind does. I'm gonna say does. Your mind is telling you, I have masculine energy. I'm a dude. I'm not a female. But simply because your stature was that of a beast when you was dealing with other women, that don't even mean that you making it in the NBA. Now you in a whole nother league. You in a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
You know?
It actually, because this part of life will be more.
That's because being that exclusively gifted would make you more of an asset in the WNBA. That's not.
Her attributes as a woman.
Are we ignoring the testosterone part to make you more?
No. The thing is
It's like that shit is like on a side plate.
No.
Y'all just waiting to get to it.
No.
Or you more to say because you already talked about it a little bit.
No, the testosterone part, it don't matter, man. It's what I'm
How
getting.
that don't matter?
You're not gonna take enough testosterone to fucking build yourself up to be a premier athlete in the NBA.
I mean, genetically you can, and sort of. Well, this is what I'm saying. We are coming to learn that these are chemicals inside of all our bodies naturally, and because they're in our bodies naturally at various levels, and you can have someone like the lady in the Olympics who was accused of being a boxer who was beating up other women, and in those stories they made it seem like she wasn't a woman at all, and then it comes out that no, she is not only is she a woman, but she is a woman from a country that does not have any legal trans rights, doesn't do transitioning, and she's like in that country, not like on the,
But that was a good segue, and with that lady, in my research was found to have DSD, differences in sexual development. So, like I made a joke, but it's almost like she's just like as close as you could become to being both, with just having one of the sex organs. So that was very interesting. With that, it was a lot of heat. It was a lot of heat.
And what the core to put that with the sports world though, because sports is about athletic ability at its highest. I actually feel that.
She can chill. You good.
I actually feel that over time it will be enough people that can be a whole nother league, a league of its own. Right now it's viewed as, it's such a small number, but then when you start to put on your perceptive glasses of, wait a minute, there are a lot of the more elite players who are in this category. Maybe in the next generation, they will choose to transition way younger than a woman who is now 30 or 40 years old. While they still have the opportunity, they were still raised in a world that wasn't as regular.
Can I want to bring up at the beginning of when we just segued, you brought up you said something about trans rights, and like what did that really have to do with, like, when we segued and you said that person is from a country that has no.
Yeah. So in the United States, people are allowed to use government-funded insurance to pay for transition after they've gone through the psychological evaluation and X, Y, and Z of, I'm not sure what those qualifications are, but the point I'm making is there are steps in our country to be supported in your transition. And during that transition, if someone were to attack you just for that reason, it would be viewed as a crime that's at a higher level because you're in a minority group. So when someone in any minority group is singled out because of that fact, when it's like, no, they're not singled out because they took something from you. You're singling them out because they exist.
That's a hard. I would think that would be a hard thing to prove.
Oh no, but your question was
no. As you were talking, I'm going with you. I'm just flowing with you. But in what you were saying, I just
No, I'm saying in the middle of the night, if someone comes out and say, "Hey, you," and talks about her, his, their gender, and all these words, and then therefore attacks that person, and therefore they're acknowledging that was why they attacked that person. Technically, they're attacking someone because a person exists. So if you ever attack anyone because they exist, it's a hate crime.
It's discrimination.
Yeah, you're discriminating in some way. So that's why it's different than, oh, I'm robbing someone and I'm doing this, or I'm, other crimes.
Interesting you say that because we was having a conversation about that, and in closing, after we was talking, this is yesterday, I was left with the thought of like when they're investigating something, like when do they get to the point where they're like, oh, this is a hate crime, like
yeah, and that's the
this
point.
is-
It takes time for that investigation to
Yeah,
happen.
you gotta do the investigation and all of that. And
That's sort of how we found out that remember the guy from Empire who said, they got me and tried to strangle me and was calling me queer.
Jussie Smollett.
Jussie Smollett.
Yeah.
When that situation happened, that showed us the opposite side of how someone can use their advantage of being queer and then add a lie on top of it. And we found out it was a lie because it was investigated. So when a story first comes out, everyone is empathetic to the immediate thing you see, and you agree with the person because they're somewhat credible. But as those things get tested and they're looking back on the footage, you're like, wait a minute, there were no people here. There were people, and you find out, oh, this was all a ruse. That's why that actually feels more offensive even, because you posed as if something bad happened because of that, and that does happen to some people. Now you've made it seem like that doesn't exist because you had to make a fake scenario of it existing.
Fair to say. Yeah, it's a lot of like I said, it's a lot of layers.
A
to
lot.
That.
Oh, but you mentioned the girl's home country, and I was saying it doesn't have trans rights. She's from a country that if she were trying to transition or take medication for any of that, it's illegal. You can be killed, like you can be sentenced to death and or like life imprisonment. And so that's what the idea of the rights is. It is the right to exist, and that's why it's important for these groups to get their right, because it's not a right to do extra stuff.
Do you know offhand what country she was from?
It's some. If I'm not remember clearly, but I want to say it's like one of the Uzbekistan type, Pakistan north of there
Anything
type.
in the Middle East.
Yeah, it's Middle East north, but like that European Middle East area. But yeah,
Okay. So yeah, so that was interesting.
so that put away the argument that she was actually trans.
Well, what
You get what I'm saying?
for me, what put away the argument was because if you just Google it, they're gonna put that in front of you. So I had to do my own research. I had to go through a few articles. Read them through, not just toss them to the side. I'm gonna see what they're about, and I finally was able to find something that I deemed to be credible, and I was able to draw a conclusion after doing a little bit more research. But yeah, I had no idea about differences in sex development. That was some. It's almost like it's a little bit mind-boggling. It's like how does that happen? Why can't we all just get a fair shot? Because it seems like that person almost is behind the eight ball, because they could just come out and they're like, man, who am I?
And I think because of that questioning, it means that the next generation won't have the questioning. They'll actually have a name or association to put that into an initial basket, quote unquote, and then they could further develop themselves without feeling like it doesn't exist. I don't exist.
Well, can you go ahead? You about to say something? Go ahead.
Nah, I'm just trying to catch up. No, it's nothing's like black and white, man. There's gray areas and everything is the way I feel.
We're just talking about just people being born as a boy or a girl. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
that
what
what
he's
yeah,
saying
and
is
there's
correct
a
me if
new
I'm wrong.
third box.
Correct me if I'm wrong. In 20 however many years,
Yeah.
there's going to be another thing, and they'll be like, oh, but then you have to understand this about a kid within a reasonable amount of time, and then you'll say,
I mean, I think it's
okay, like this. This happens in real life.
yeah.
A little kid, 1 or 2 years old, has a minimal amount of hair, and then you walk in, you see them. It could be your cousin, a friend, somebody in the grocery store, whoever, and they have on yellow, and you say, "Oh, is that a boy or a girl?"
Yeah.
And that's like
You can't even pick the gender yet.
That's
Some
it,
people don't have,
because you can't tell they don't have them dressed like either one.
and it's not just the dress, but the child's. To your eye, you're saying to that person, your child's features aren't gender specific, because certain babies look masculine in their face, and then certain babies look very girly as itty bitty babies.
I think babies look like they all
Babies
look
look like
the same.
babies, man.
They
Babies
look like
don't
babies.
look just like babies. They're
They do.
babies look
They
babies
don't-
look different.
you can't-
Nah,
I don't think
babies look like
they have
babies to me.
distinguishing. I don't think they have distinguishing features until maybe about 2 to 3 years old.
You mean from
Babies.
all other babies? So somebody could have brought you a different baby.
Okay, well,
and
no, now
and-
we're
and
talking
food.
No, not like that. I'm
As
saying,
long as it's the same color.
and the fact of you just judging them by looking at their face, because like I said, you'll be in a grocery store, you'll see your cousin.
Yeah,
just
and
had
you'll
a
see
baby,
it in yellow.
Your cousin just
I-
had a baby,
yeah.
and they have them in yellow, and you're like, oh, like, hey, boy or girl.
Yeah.
But listen, you also see a kid in yellow and go, hey, your daughter, and you will be right, and you'll know it's a daughter because it's not just the color yellow, but the little girl had feminine features. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that the little girl in the other situation, or a boy in the other situation, doesn't have isn't on one side. I'm saying your eye is, you're telling that person, my eye isn't able to see the difference, so they're in the middle. You're saying, oh, your child is like right in the middle right now in their look.
That's peace.
exactly.
So you have to tell me, is that a boy or is it a girl?
Yeah.
Whereas certain boys at 3 days old, even if you put them in a pink blanket, someone will go, oh, that's a funny looking girl. And if you say, oh, no, it's a boy, oh, okay. Oh, that's a cute boy. Because your mind knows what a male feature ultimately is and a female feature ultimately is. Now I'm saying in the future they'll have another category to know, oh, the mixed feature of you present in both and you stayed that way through your whole life. Or you're just diverting in this much or that much or one way or the other. By it being, I'm saying, by it getting a name, it allows people to associate with something because we know something else exists.
Nah, man.
I would say with the trajectory of all of the pronouns and all of this, like what you're saying is not far fetched at all. Like it's very, very possible. It's also in the realm of, you know what I'm saying, possibility. But my thing is, it's just there's gonna be a generation that's gonna, like, it's probably our generation. When the last ones of us is out of here, it's like it's gonna be just a different way of doing things.
And literally the fact that you said the pronouns to that world that's coming next, they'll go, wait a minute, everyone always used pronouns. Even we use pronouns now, and we use them correctly. So the idea of, like, there's this thing about the pronouns. I don't like using that pronoun. You know, when it comes to me and him, we don't do that. You just did it. You said him. You just gave the word pronouns isn't.
I didn't say I don't like.
Oh no, I'm saying to associate. I'm saying the future will hear us associating the pronoun thing, and they'll go, things always have pronouns.
Well, I haven't been in the company of anybody that I would call anything other than a he or a she.
Yeah.
No, in close company. Once you get close to someone, let's say you have a more masculine cousin, girl, female cousin that's really masculine, and you guys were the really close two cousins. You may say bro to her in the way you actually say to other bros, and therefore that's a pronoun. Bro is a pronoun. So that's what I'm saying. We already do it. We just didn't know we were doing it. It's just the fact that someone's saying, hey, can you be specific with mine because I feel some way about it.
But I
in
never-
the future,
I
go,
never-
oh,
I
I
never
get that
thought-
because if I
unless
felt
I'm-
some way about my mole, I wouldn't
If
be like, hey,
if
don't
I'm
talk about my
joking-
mole.
If I'm joking, I might say bro to a lady or any woman, but I've never.
I'm not talking about a joke. I'm talking about an actual legitimate relationship. You can have a relationship with with the more effeminate men will use cis in a way to describe themselves, and they're not saying it to be offensive to themselves, but in the use of it, that is a pronoun. So therefore, when their friends cis them in a conversation by saying cis instead of bro, you see what I'm saying? What I'm saying about cis?
Why would
I think,
Why would what?
personally,
why would a man want to be cis?
I'm saying
that's how he identifies.
that's how he identifies in the conversation, because it may just be in this conversation, I'm thinking of myself in the softest form, and therefore I'm not a bro in this scenario of what I'm talking about. And it happens. We all do it, is what my point is. We're just picking a specific situation that you're not familiar with. And that's what people are saying. They're not into or understanding when they technically do, because you naturally, what you call your dogs, you give them pronouns. When you say here boy, here girl, those are pronouns.
That's
And
fine.
you
So,
naturally
the thing
use
is-
them.
If I may, so
I don't understand what you thinking. What are you thinking?
So
I'm
the-
hung up on.
so
I'm not, that's not what I was saying. It's just I don't know.
Here's
Go ahead.
here's the thing for me, man. I think, going back to future generations, I think right now we're going through an impasse, man. We're going through an impasse of trying to allow everybody to feel comfortable in the
Yes.
world that we live in, and there is just so many confusions right now. And everybody wants to have their rights. Everybody wants to have their way of identifying. But when people individually or even as a group feel a certain way, and you're bringing people along into that, and they have no idea as to what it is that you got going on, and they say something now because they got it in their mind that this is the way you need to approach me, you're being disrespectful. So the thing about all of this is that I'm getting at is back in the day, even up until here recently, I'm gonna say within the last decade or so, everything was all visuals. Everything. Let's talk about how Tony was just talking about the dog. You either got a dick or you don't. That's how we say here boy, here girl. It was visuals. We didn't have to ask you about, hey, before I can call you, what do you associate with? Like, this shit is getting way too complicated, man. And it's like, I'm all for people being happy with whatever they want to be happy with, whatever they want to do with their life. You only get one. Live that shit the best way you can and be happy in your skin, no matter how you want to do it. But when you start protruding your individual beliefs that deceive the natural eye and want to get argumentative or feel disrespected behind it, that's where I'm like, all right, come on, man, we taking it too far. And I think right now,
It's so weird. Like the layers to it. When I said that, you was like, "Oh yeah, it's crazy." What a man that wants to be a lady, that is transitioning to a lady, and for the sake of the conversation, he hasn't got any removals, right? And he comes to physically assault you. Now, I know you're gonna treat a lady coming at you and what you may perceive to be a biological man coming at you two different ways. Correct?
facts.
So the man that wants to be a lady and is transitioning into that, he gets treated like a lady, or you gonna treat him like a man?
What do he look like?
He are perceiving.
I feel like that's what you naturally do. You're gonna apply the amount of strength needed for the situation off the scale. Because for instance, if you saw a little man coming after you that was very frail and small, and then you saw a big buff 6'8" man that was built and stacked, you're tensing up differently for each one that's going to start fighting you. If both of them are going to start fighting you. So my point is,
Totally agree.
that's my whole point is, it's not an argument because we already naturally do the right thing. And the point that the world is trying to say is, when you do it wrong, someone is just saying, oh, by the way, I'm this. Okay, then you know. And guess what? We want to call people. Have you ever said, "Hey, what's up? My name is Andrew," and they said, "Nah, you Delvin. I don't do Andrew." No, but my name is Andrew. You're meeting me now. My name is Andrew.
Yeah, but it ain't
You
always
look like a
that
Delvin, and you're Delvin.
It ain't always
Wait
that
a minute.
simple. I done seen situations. I done personally been through situations where, you know what I mean. I'll be like, oh, he. I like, oh, look at him over there, or you know what I mean. I'm sitting there talking to the guy like, oh, this he said this, that, and the third. Like, yo, I'm not a he, I'm a she. Like, get it right. And it's like, yo, you got an attitude. Like, you look like a dude, man. Like, don't come at me all crazy like I just disrespected you. I'm just having a conversation. Just because that's what you want to associate with. If I didn't know that, I'm not trying to purposely, assault or harass or disrespect you. Why you coming at me? You knew that in your head.
And I think that's just person to person. Certain people aren't good with communication. That doesn't mean each and every transgender person will act like that if you said that. You just, and again, sometimes because we experience the worst of someone's society, because that is the loudest, the squeaky wheel that gets the oil.
Facts.
Because of that, we sometimes feel like, oh, that must be like all of them. But there's plenty transitioning or trans people that you would naturally call ma'am because they just look like a woman, and you would naturally call sir because it looks just like a man. Mm-hmm. He's got full on beard I can't even grow, and it's. My point is, if you just do what naturally flows and you're corrected,
that was an education class. While we're right here, y'all, give it up for yourselves. Give it up for yourselves. The people that's watching this right now, I'm pressing the button. I really can't clap this.
Weigh in the comments.
That was a lot of dialogue. It's so, and like I said, like I just barely tapped in on. when our generation is gone, it's going to be a whole different set of people. It's going to be a whole different set of rules. It's going to, like you said, everything is just, as they say, things are progressing. So, before we close out, we're going to get a little input from y'all and let y'all into other people's lives. Maybe y'all can change somebody's life. Excuse me. What shows are y'all watching? Give somebody a show suggestion that they can go watch, and then they can get in the comments and tell us if they really watched it or not. What show would y'all like to let the people know that they need to check out?
Man.
Anything?
So, I just recently, man, I seen it in the past before, but, you know, I got back into Suits, man. I ain't gonna hold you, man. That's one of my shits. Man.
Got back into Suits?
Suits. Man, check out Suits.
Everybody said that everyone who's commented on this show has gotten good reviews.
Man, Suits that's the shit, man. If you ain't never checked it out, check out Suits.
In my head, it's like it's the Grey's Anatomy of lawyers.
Something like that. So
like you're thoroughly invested in the characters.
Yes, you're saying.
Mine would probably be The Boys, Amazon.
Yeah,
checking out The
that
Boys.
new season. I saw the first episode, and now it's several have been released. But I'm trying to wait for like all of them so I can just do a nice binge weekend.
First episode, they in the second season.
No, this is season 4.
Yeah, I need to catch back up.
Yeah,
Last season
that's what
I
I'm
seen
saying.
was 2.
See,
Yeah.
The shit I'm about to say is it's gonna look weak because it's only one season of the shit. But I finished the season. Me and my lady was watching it faithfully, presumed innocent. The shit was excellent. It was a wonderful
checked it out,
wonderful show.
What is it on?
Oh, it's on Apple, babe. Apple, yep, Apple.
Apple's actual video service.
Yeah, on their little service, Apple TV. But yeah, that was
has
definitely
good shows.
Definitely, it was
Severance.
It was a great
Oof.
show. Yeah, I haven't checked that out. If I did, it was like 1 or 2 episodes. Like, I really gotta like the show to tap in, cause I'm telling you, it's like sleep and watching the show, and I'll be like, whoop.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Like,
I'm the same way.
That's sleep, boy. I'm just telling you.
You turn on the show in
Or
like
even
2 minutes, I'm
the
already
surf
out.
or watch a show. So sometimes we have time, like physical time. We have it in the evening, but we would prefer to go through individualized information as opposed to a programmed showing of one thing. I feel like that's where I would default.
Oh no, I put my phone down. I'm chilling. I'm not just gonna sit there and be on my phone. It's just like anything longer than 5-7 minutes, it feels hella weird. But with that said, y'all, it's been fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's time for Andrea
109.
and Steve Son to run.
109.
Remember, cleanliness travels like defense.
Sure does.
Make sure you get with somebody that you love and live the rest of your life. My lady told me today, she said, babe, I think we soulmates. Oh, shit. When it get like that, when it get like that, you just be like, you know what I'm saying? You just come on and give me a hug and make me feel good on the inside. But yeah, be around somebody that you really,
You
really
don't know
feel.
what this is doing to me.
You don't know what this is doing to me.
You don't know what this is doing to me.
That's my daughter.
You don't know what this is doing to me.
Oh, man. He tried to make it a song, but yeah, like I said, y'all, he was gonna try to make that shit a song.
Everything's a song.
Hey, cleanliness travels like defense. Obviously, it doesn't because the people in Paris can't figure out that nasty ass water.
Defense in Paris.
See.
Hey, shout out to Noah Lyles. He won the 100 by a photo finish right before we started, y'all. Won the gold medal for the U.S. The U.S. is up in the total medal count right now. We bringing this to y'all on Sunday afternoon. So, y'all will probably get this maybe.
Shout out to the men's basketball in the USA, man.
Hey, fuck them. Hey, shout out to the people that watch this. Yeah, man. I care way more about the people that watch this shit right here.
I hear you.
That was for you.
Alright, you shouted out fucking Lyles, but then shit on the damn NBA.
Because I had just watched that, and I think that niggas that can run really fast are like an asset to the world.
Alright.
Fucking legs looking like rubber bands when they run. That shit was looking crazy. Hey, but yeah, y'all, I appreciate everybody. I didn't tell y'all. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really fiending for the likes, as y'all can see. You know what I'm saying? We just do this. We do this
But
for
please,
fun. But yeah,
if you could spare a moment.
it's always gonna be me, Easy E, Tony T, my beautiful fiance always be here with us on the set. The kids is here. They back there playing Mario Kart, so if y'all heard a little bit of squilling and dealing, you know what I'm saying? That was them. But yeah, I love the hell out of all of y'all. Thank you for tapping in to episode 109 on the Drew Network. I got some new shows coming too, man. I got some new shows coming too, so I have some different ideas. Tap in on TikTok, y'all. The Drew Network, Drewski Rooski, whatever the hell. Just look it up. I'm there. And I love y'all.
Holla.
Bye, y'all. That was fun.
That was fun. And now I got the wiggles.
You had to let the people know?